good. 75 bars. Looking out for the light. 75.
Some of y'all may recognize this horn coming from the distance, the A200 on the 1835 GP7 at the Florida Railroad Museum. Welcome back to the Sunshine State Rails, and in this video, we will be documenting an event and more railroad progress at the Florida Railroad Museum. The A200 along with this horn have, you guessed it, been replaced. Now, which horns they got replaced with we will discuss in just a minute. But just a few weeks ago, the museum hosted its yearly Pumpkin Patch Express event, where passengers get to ride out to their Willow station and have about an hour of fun out in the pumpkin patch. If you could not attend or didn't know about the Pumpkin Patch Express, don't worry, there's always next year. When the time comes, book your tickets ahead of time at frrm.org. Here you will also find more facts about the museum, so I'd recommend checking it out. But now that we're here, we can discuss the horn changes. The horn on the 251 that was shown a minute ago was a Nathan Airchime P3, though it has since been replaced with this horn. That horn that just blew your eardrums out was a Canadian-tuned Nathan Airchime K3H. Now, contrary to what I just stated, this is reportedly a temporary change as they are currently rebuilding the current P3 horn that you just heard to make it sound a little louder and more clear. However, the horn change on the 1835 that I'll show in a minute is not going anywhere anytime soon. So, shall we appreciate 1835's A200 for one last time? Then it would be on Sunday, November 3rd, 2019, that we would come out to the museum to hear the horn that we were all waiting for. Special thanks to engineer John Halash for this shot. We will see a beautiful notch-up of 1835 along with the blast of the horn that will surely blow your ears out this time. Now, admittedly, the K3H from earlier isn't the loudest horn in the world, but this UP-tuned K3HL made me jump even when I was expecting it. This horn will blow your ears out. Now, shall I add to this? The K3HL that was on the 1835 was donated by Nathan Airchime, and while Harvey Henkelman of the museum headed up the donation effort, William Grayson Chestnut was involved completely in the horn replacement on 1835, but in regards to the 1835 and 251 horn replacements, all three people, including Glenn Miley, Grayson Chestnut, and Harvey Henkelman, were involved. Special thanks to all three of them for making this special event in our lives possible. After the weekend train has made its trip to Willow and passengers have had about 15 minutes to explore, they are heading back south and we get to appreciate the K3H on 251. the 11 a.m. run had ended and John had taken a number of people out on an engine rental in between two runs, he had brought the locomotive back to Parrish, and conductor Grayson Chestnut, the very man who replaced the horn on this engine, is bringing the engineer into a safe stop to couple onto the train safely. And with the engine back on the train, it was time for another smoky run back out to Willow.
Copy, once we get stopped, I'll get that for you. Thank you. 4, 3, 2, 1. That'll do right there, 1835. Good stop, perfect stop.
And with another cycle of passengers on and off, the time has come to head back south again.
There, 251. Good stop, I'll stop.
Once everyone was off, it was time to head back north to put the train back into Willow Yard and wait for next weekend. And on the ride back up, the decision was made to let William Grayson Chestnut be the engineer. And don't worry, he's definitely engineer certified. Here at Dickey Road, he'd give a rev-up show for us and a horn show for me and himself. This was definitely a special moment for both of us, for him being because he installed the thing and now he gets to use it. Shout from volunteer Jim Edwards, and off goes the remainder of the crew down the 6.5-mile trip to Willow. I hope you enjoyed this video of me showcasing the horn changes made on these two locomotives that call the Florida Railroad Museum their home. Now, as for how long the 251 will wear its K3H is unknown. On the other hand, until another horn change is required by law, the 1835 will wear its K3HL proudly for years to come. Special thanks to all the volunteers today, as well as the people mentioned earlier for making all of this possible. And with that, in Parrish, Florida, this is Kotabeaner, and I'll see you next time soon on the Sunshine State Rails.